Well, I'm at Colwick Lakes, and here on the border of the lake I've found an orchid that I wasn't expecting. These are, I believe, southern marsh orchids. They have the right shaped petals and sepals. It's certainly not a great-winged or any other or a spotted orchid, and the leaves don't have any spots. So really unexpected to see that. It's growing amongst silverweed, and the silverweed's flowering, looking really nice. And not only is that plant there, but there is another one here. But interestingly enough, these plants are clothed in quite dense herbage, and orchids don't really like being in dense herbage, I don't think, but I've found southern marsh orchids previously in this kind of habitat. Maybe they're showing some kind of adaptation. These plants haven't been here before at this site, so this is a new observation. Let's see if we can find... And yes, there surely is another one here. In great focus for once, I'm glad to say. And it's growing amongst gypsywort, my favourite herb. And the gypsywort here is quite dense and further on in its development. Again, plenty of silverweed here, but the main plant of interest is southern marsh orchid. Thinking about it, I think these plants must be fairly new arrivals at this site, because I come around here every year looking at the plants in some detail that are growing on the banks of the lakes here. No southern marsh orchids before, but yes, there have been bee orchids that have just popped up and then disappeared. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to search a bit further and see if I can find bee orchids on this site. I'm on another bank here. It's quite a large lake, and there are lots of nice plants here. You can see the yellow flag irises. They're really common around here, and they're doing really well. Lesser stitchwort, tansy leaves, and a nice little cut flowered cranesbill. This bit of meadow has been left unmown, and I wonder if that's because they know something nice is growing here and they're trying to protect it. Not impossible. I'll have a look in a minute, but just a better close-up of the yellow flag iris. Very nice. Well, I can't spot any bee orchids, but what about this beautiful Musk Thistle just about coming into flower now? I would not like to hold on to this too hard. The leaves are wonderfully blue, and toes, they're hairy and with sharp spines. But how about that for a flower? A composite, of course. Well, I'll end this video here as I'm walking through the woods and start a new one on the other side when it's light.